Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another meal prep video. Today I'm going to be doing some meal prep, some snack prep, some ingredient prep, as well as a grocery haul as you see here. I just had groceries delivered from Walmart using my Walmart Plus membership, and I want to thank Walmart for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Walmart Plus is a membership by Walmart that helps you save both time and money. With the Walmart Plus membership, you can get free delivery of fresh, high-quality grocery items and more at the same low prices as you would in store. I also love that there's free same-day delivery, and you can order again and again with no delivery fees. There's also free shipping with no order minimum. You get what you need when you need it, and you also get early access to deals, which is awesome. You even get member prices on fuel. You can save 5 cents per gallon on fuel at Walmart and Murphy stations, access member prices at Sam's Club fuel centers as well. You can get started today with a 30-day free trial. After your 30-day free trial, Walmart Plus is only $98 for the year, and like I mentioned, has a zero delivery fee or markups on their items. Other memberships are much more expensive and include additional charges like per delivery fees and markups on items. For me personally, last night I was like, we just got back from Arizona, and then Chris and I went to Virginia, so we're just finally home and we're staying put for a while, and I just need to get some healthy groceries in the house. And we've been eating out, and I just wanted to get some healthy foods in and get back onto our meal plan. We usually do meal plan and try to eat as healthy as we can, so I'm excited to just ingredient prep and get back into that. But I was laying in bed last night like, oh my gosh, I need groceries for tomorrow, so I literally just went on my phone, ordered groceries, and then this morning I had them delivered. I also got some stuff for Easter that I'll show you in another video for the kids' baskets, but it was just nice because I could get anything that I needed besides groceries. Everything that Walmart offered, all I did was like filter out and hit delivery, and was able to get other items that I needed. So I'll show you those other items in a different video for my Easter video that's coming up, but right now I want to show you just the groceries and just how great everything looks. The quality is amazing. I was able to get tons of organic. I try to do organic when we can. It's not always possible, but we do our best when we can. But yeah, let's get into this haul. This is a weekly purchase in our home. Our kids love these chicken nuggets. We just throw them in the air fryer. They take no time at all to cook. I also got some chicken thighs that we'll be using in today's video, just some string cheese. This we will be using in a video. I'm going to try to make my own little goldfish shaped crackers, gluten-free and a little more healthy. This is for, I'm making Mexican lasagna, spinach for smoothies, and for some of our recipes, bananas. We use these for our muffins and our smoothies, lettuce because we always have taco night. And then these, I just love green onions on anything. What about you guys? It makes everything taste so much better. Got some strawberries. We go through strawberries so fast. I probably should have got more than this, but it's okay. And I got 2 things of blueberries as well. A giant thing of grapes. Some celery. Chris and I like to dip this in hummus or in like a buffalo chicken dip. Carrots, kids also love those. Gluten-free bread. This is our favorite brand. Onions, I needed more onions. At the end, Ella's favorite veggie, avocado. Some Brussels sprouts I'm gonna make in the air fryer. Sweet potatoes. Chris and I really enjoy making like a sweet potato hash for our breakfast because it's just like a healthier version than like a regular hash brown. Got some eggs. We go through eggs very fast. My kids are obsessed with these, so they're hard to keep in the house. I got 2 of these. And then I went back to my old nut pod creamer. I usually get oat milk creamer, but these are a little bit healthier. Actually, they're a lot healthier. You've probably seen the videos going around about what exactly is in your coffee creamers and oat milks and stuff like that. So it just made me want to try it a little bit better to be healthier. Plus, I've had these before. They're good. Also, another staple in our house. Who else's kids go through applesauce like air? Mine definitely do. This is one of our kids' favorite desserts. After dinner, they'll each get 2 Oreos and some milk if they do well with their dinner. And then this is Tanner's favorite snack, so I like to keep these stocked up in the house. So before we get into prepping and cooking, I want to thank Walmart again for sponsoring this portion of today's video. And to start your 30-day free trial, all you have to do is go to walmartplus.com. All right, so let's put some stuff away and then get to cooking and prepping. I'm excited to try making the goldfish shaped crackers. Let me show you what I got here. I saw this recipe on Instagram and it looked too easy not to try. And I just found these little gold shape little cutouts here. I don't know, they made it look easy, so we'll see. I will let you know the truth if it's actually easy or not and if my kids actually like them, but it seemed fun and I wanted to try it. I'm also gonna be making some muffins and some dinner options as well for Chris and I, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is just restocking everything. So I'm going to show you just restocking some of the items first. I'm also going to be soaking all of our produce in the fruit and veggie soak, and then starting with just some ingredient prep, and then we'll get into our meals.
I don't wanna lie, 'cause I know you hate it, but right now I'm stuck in the middle. I stumble while I try, 'cause you don't wanna give in. Sounds like we're just talking in riddles. 5 in the morning, all we do is fighting. Thought you'd come and make it right. I need a pause from the battle, but I don't think you're settled. You don't wanna get it.
So now that that is done, I already scrubbed the sink and filled it up while I was putting everything away, trying to be efficient as always. And then I'm just going to soak the produce in here. It's so much easier when you have like a plastic carton like this to just leave it in there, and then I'll rinse them off at the end, but it just helps keep the fruit together. And also I'm still using the same strainers that I've had for 100 years. They're my favorite. I love them. And yeah, after this I'm going to chop some of this up.
I know you think about every time I'm out, and sometimes so we're texting back. But baby, don't you know I will come around and let you know I'm always coming back. 5 in the morning, all we do is fighting. Thought you'd come and make it right. I need a pause from the battle, but I don't think you're settled. You don't wanna get it right. I will leave it up to you. I will leave it up to you.
There is just something so beautiful about fresh fruits and vegetables. I don't know, I love it, and I love that my kids call fruit God's candy. Next, I'm just setting up my little workstation here, putting down some, I think these are old hand towels, honestly. Yeah, this pink one is from Easter, like a couple of years ago. But just putting down some hand towels, letting the produce dry off. I'm gonna set up my cutting board and all of that and park it here for a while. So here's just an overview of everything, and then you'll also see that I have a live audience as well. Alright, so you see I did get a new cutting board. It's the same version as my old one that I have been buying since 2017, but this is more like a bamboo color. And I also got a composter, which I'm excited. This is my first time using it because we just got it, so I will have to update you on that. But for now, I'm starting with my onions because I'm going to use these in a couple of recipes, and then I'm going to save the leftovers as well. I love that so many of you comment and tell me that I taught you how to cut an onion, so I would love to know here who now cuts onions like this.
When you kiss me, never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here, closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world now. Breathtaking world, can't believe my eyes. Up in the sky, I can see the whole world tonight.
Up is our Brussels sprouts. So actually Carter and Ella will eat these from time to time. It's one of Chris's favorites. I always liked them when I was little. I would call them baby cabbages, but my mom would totally just buy like the steamed, like frozen ones that you steam, and I like the texture of those too. It's much harder to get the regular Brussels sprout, like the fresh Brussels sprout, to be as soft as the steamed ones, in my opinion, as the frozen ones. But I love roasting them in the air fryer, and I also love making them in the oven. I will be making them in the oven today just because I'm going to be occupying my air fryer for my sweet potatoes at the time. But I am just cutting up some grapes. It's much easier for us when we cut produce ahead of time because I'll just take these produce containers out at breakfast, lunch, and dinner and let them pick through them, and it just works out nice for us. We always wind up going through all of our produce.
Up in the sky, I can see the whole world tonight.
Now that all of our fruit is prepped, I am moving on to our sweet potatoes. I'm going to be using this amazing chopper that I've had forever. You probably recognize it from some of my first cooking videos, but it just makes life so much easier. I always am like, wait, why did I forget that I have that? Because it makes things so much easier. I don't know, making salsas, all of it. But anyway, I'm making these diced sweet potatoes to use for a hash we eat it in the morning and put over medium eggs on top. And today when we had it, we added some sausage and some of these green onions, and it was delicious. So it's nice to have that on hand. Even if you don't want to cook it up right away, you can just leave it cut, and that still makes life much easier. You can use them in different chilies. I love sweet potato chili, but what we used it for was just for breakfast. I'm cutting up all these green onions, just adds so much flavor to everything in my opinion, but also it's nice to keep them in a jar for when you want to add them on top of your food for a nice, like, fresh little crunch.
You got me sleep deprived.
So you know how I said we go through all of our produce? That's because I won't let it go bad. There's sometimes, like with fruit, that you just, like, you know, you go to get an apple and it's bad. It happens, but I'm saying, like, we don't throw something away, like a bag of broccoli. Like, I'll see it in the fridge and I'll make something with it. So I just looked up some broccoli slaw recipes because I had all this broccoli in the fridge. Because we do like to steam it, especially for Evie. She really enjoys having steamed broccoli. But I'm making a broccoli salad. It turned out so good, so stay tuned for the full recipe. The first thing I'm doing is I'm like cutting the heads off of the broccoli, and then I'm also cutting the stems separately and adding that in as well. And then I'm just cutting up some apples, and then I'll be using the same little, I don't even know what to call this thing, this chopper I guess, to give it like a uniform size and add these apples that were also going to be going bad soon. So instead of having to throw away produce, I made a delicious salad out of it, and that's the way I try to think. If I see that I have apples or bananas or something is starting to go bad, I'll look up a recipe and try that. And also with bananas, you can always freeze them for smoothies, make banana bread. I just try to not be wasteful.
You got me looked upon it, you and me. Got me loose in sleep, I am in too deep, like an overdose. You're the antidote. Loose in sleep, I am in too deep. No matter where I hide, you got me sleep deprived.
So I'm going to leave links to the recipes below, but I'm just adding some yellow onion that I had already chopped up. The recipe calls for red onion if you wanted to use that instead, but basically I have some chopped up broccoli and some chopped up apples. You can do measurements based on what you like. Adding some green onions to this, and then I'm going to show you how I make the sauce for this. Almost forgot the raisins. That's one of the best parts of these types of salads in my opinion, because you get a little taste of everything. You get salty and sweet and all different textures. Okay, so I decided to add the recipe on screen here. Let me know if you like this, if you want me to do this in future videos, or just leave it in the description box only. But for the dressing, all you're gonna need is 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, a 1/2 cup of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, some salt and pepper, and you're also gonna need 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, but if you like it sweeter, you can use more than that.
Can I back on how we parted. It wasn't pretty and I'm sorry. Wish I could take back what I said then. I never meant it. Now I'm seeing her, watching you. Never felt so lonely, babe. I wanna be there next to you.
Moving on, I am putting some ground turkey in our pressure cooker. The reason I'm doing that is because it wasn't thawed out in time, so I just wanted to cook it in here. I'm adding onion, garlic, salt, and pepper, as well as about a half a cup of bone broth just to give it some more flavor. I'm gonna let that cook, and then I'm just putting some olive oil and ranch seasoning on our sweet potatoes. Gonna throw that in the air fryer. I had cut up so much that I also had to wind up putting some on a baking sheet. And I'm going to cook that on 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. I do enjoy them the most in the air fryer just because it, gives it like a crispier texture. But like I said, I just had too many to fry at once, so I added them to the baking sheet with our Brussels sprouts and our green beans, which was also something that I needed to use up before it went bad.
Told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you can know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that it's just stupid? Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good, so why we dragging out when we've been doing everything we could? I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight. Every time we spend time, I wanna do this for the last time. I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need you here to feel lonely.
Alright, never underestimate just regular vegetables with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper because it tastes so good. I'm still waiting for the oven to be finished preheating, so I'm just moving on with some more of our proteins. I'm doing some chicken thighs, again, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. And then in my other pan over here, I have just shaved chicken. So with the chicken thighs, I'm going to be using a taco simmer sauce with that. And then the shaved chicken over here, which is delicious for buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, is what I'm going to be making. I'm going to be making buffalo chicken cheesesteaks. I honestly feel like this type of chicken would be good in salads. I just like it so much better than a big piece of chicken. I don't know, I'm weird like that. So I'm going to be putting the recipe on screen for both of them. The Mexican lasagna, I make it different every single time depending on what I have. So in the past, I've made it with black beans. Today I'm making it with refried beans. Sometimes I'll use red enchilada sauce. This time I'm just using salsa. So you can kind of just do whatever you want with whatever you have on hand. But right now, here is the recipe for the buffalo chicken cheesesteak. It's literally just you get shaved chicken from the grocery store, add in some buffalo sauce and some cashew cheese, just eyeball it to your liking, and it's delicious. Even Chris likes it, and he's somebody who loves just regular cheese, and my sister, I got her on cashew cheese too. It really is so good. It tastes like queso without being too much dairy, because there's no dairy in it, but you know what I mean. The buffalo sauce I'm using is also dairy free. We're not dairy free, it's just we like to do some things dairy free and some things with dairy. Alright, so I put the chicken away for our buffalo chicken cheesesteaks. We'll be having that for lunches. You can do it on a wrap with a corn tortilla with lettuce, ranch dressing we've done in the past. Add it to salads, use it with celery sticks. But while I was putting everything else in the air fryer, I was mixing up my chicken with the mixer. It's one of the best ways to shred it. It's so incredibly easy. So I shredded the chicken, putting it back in the pan, adding the taco sauce. And then that doesn't need to cook very long because you're kind of just getting the sauce mixed in with the chicken. And now I'm starting to layer our lasagna. I'm just putting a little bit of meat on the bottom, and then I'm going to put some corn tortillas on top. Next, I'm adding some refried beans as another layer. Like I said, I don't think I've ever made this the same way twice. A while ago, I was going to upload like a what I eat in a week, and a couple of my meals got deleted. So I just never finished it, but I do still have some of the recipes that I already started with. And one of them is a different form of the Mexican lasagna that is really delicious as well. So I definitely got to add that to something so you can get that recipe. So I'm also layering on top of the refried beans some cashew cheese in between. It gives it a delicious flavor. Don't overthink cooking, guys. That's what I used to do. And I didn't like my cooking as much. And then when I kind of just like went with the flow and with things that I had on hand, not getting too scared about exact measurements unless it's baking, that's when I really started to enjoy cooking, and that's when I really started to like the things I was making even more. So again, I just continue to layer on top. I think my camera turned off, but I put like a chunky salsa on top, a mild salsa, and then just covering it with some cheese. And I'm putting this in the fridge. We're actually having it tonight for dinner. So I'll have to add in a clip of that. But again, it's just super easy. Speaking of super easy meals, here's another incredibly easy go-to. I am just doing ground turkey, a can of corn, putting some mashed potatoes on top, which I just did the microwavable mashed potatoes, adding some cheese, and it is so good. I know a lot of you said you add gravy to your shepherd's pie as well, and I definitely have to find a gluten-free one and try that because I'm sure that would be amazing. But it's actually not dry. It's very good, and all but one kid will eat it, so that's a win-win in my book. So we're actually having this for dinner tonight, so I am just going to leave this in since everything was still warm since I made it fresh versus like being in the refrigerator. I just put it on 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. You just want to make sure the cheese is nice and melted and everything is nice and hot. You can also cover it if you want. If it's been in the fridge, you probably want to cover it for half of the time and then uncover it for the second half of the time. Letting that cool off for just a little bit and putting away the rest of my roasted vegetables. If you're somebody who ingredient preps or meal preps, you know this feeling right here as I'm looking at everything that I've done. It feels so good. It doesn't look like much, but it's going to save me so much time this week. Okay, next up we are making goldfish shaped crackers. We're making them gluten-free. I will say, only Tanner loved them. Nobody else did. Chris and I enjoyed them, so I guess that's 3 out of 6, so I'll take it. Especially if Tanner likes a homemade treat, I'll definitely make it all the time because I have a harder time with him with certain foods. So he loves these. He has been packing them in his lunchbox every day. I couldn't believe how you only need minimal ingredients and just like honestly how easy it was, and it was fun. Like, you don't hear people making their own goldfish crackers often. So when I saw this online, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try this. We had a lot of fun making it. So again, I'll put that recipe on screen here, but after you're done mixing everything together in your food processor, you kind of want to just roll it into a ball. You can add more water if you feel like your dough needs it, but you want to put it in the fridge for about a half an hour before you go ahead and cut all the shapes out. So we're going to put that in the fridge, get the kids bathed and everything, and while that's going down, I am making Tanner's favorite muffins. They are spinach muffins, and they're delicious and a great way to get both fruits and veggies in your kids. Something that I really loved about both the goldfish recipe and this recipe, besides that we're using all real ingredients, is that in the goldfish recipe, we got to just stick everything in a food processor, making cleanup very easy. And for this, we get to just make everything in the blender, again, making things super easy.
Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, what you do, doing what you do.
Basically, you blend all the ingredients together besides the flour and chocolate chips. Then you blend in some flour. I use gluten-free flour, and then just mixed in with my hand, with the hand mixer, not the blender, you know what I'm trying to say. I mixed in the chocolate chips, and now I'm making these mini muffins. I did have some left over, and I made like 3 larger muffins as well. But again, super easy, super healthy, and delicious. Alright, we just threw the muffins in the oven, and now we're going to get started on these goldfish. Ella was so excited. We've been talking about this for days since we first saw the recipe. So once we ordered the little goldfish cutouts, we were so excited to make this. I've never made any type of cracker before, and I would have never known how easy it is to make a cracker. Next up, we're actually making a type of Dorito. And not really Dorito, but you know what I mean, like a chip with different Dorito seasonings, but a all natural, healthier version. So I'll have to keep you updated on that as well. So like I said, these were fun. 3 out of 6 of us liked them, and I think the experience in general was just worth it. You could also, use these little cutouts for Play-Doh, or if you're making your own gummy bears or anything like that, which I've never tried yet. So again, something I want to do is try to make my own fruit snacks. Basically, all the kids' favorites. I want to try and make it at home with them as well, because I think it's really cool for them to see how it's made, plus it's something fun to do together. So this looks tedious, but it actually wasn't that bad. You play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video and that it gave you some motivation to ingredient prep or meal prep, or just even try making something at home for the first time like I did here. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and be sure to visit walmartplus.com to start your 30-day free trial.